Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reacting to some post 2K and his video 2019 Kawahi Lenard was not human. And he was not human then. He was different. He was not a human being. He was not.
When's the last time we've seen a season similar to Kawahi Leonard's in 2019? I'll answer that for you. Never. Kawhi spent 1 year as a Toronto Raptor and accomplished more than most players do in their entire careers. He delivered one of the all-time great playoff runs, had moments that will forever be
I was never a Toronto Raptors fan, but this season had me considering it.
etched in NBA history, brought a title to a team that seemed destined to never
They
win
beat my
one,
team, though.
and
They beat the
cemented his
Sixers.
legacy as one of the game's all-time greats. He did all of that in 1 year. 2019
Crazy.
Kawhi was a singularity, a one-of-a-kind season that
different.
words can't even describe.
Look at him.
You
Look
had
at
to
him.
see it to believe it. I felt like I was living in an alternate timeline the first time I saw Kawhi in a Raptors jersey. It was crazy, almost as crazy as the series of events that got him here in the first place. It was game 1 of the 2017 Western Conference Finals. Kawhi and the Spurs were torching Golden State's newly formed super team, up by 21 points in the third quarter. For the first time in these
That's a
playoffs,
fact.
the Warriors
That's a
didn't
fact.
seem invincible. But right as that thought began to cross our mind, disaster struck.
It's
Leonard fires from the corner.
clean. Oh,
Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
Zaza Pachulia's foot slid right beneath Kawhi's as he landed from a jumper, spraining his left ankle. He'd leave the game and miss the rest of the series as the Warriors rallied to win game 1 and sweep the Spurs on their way to a title. It was a devastating blow for the franchise.
y'all don't realize that Zaza Pachulia, he was a dirty player on the low.
But
Y'all
this was
don't
just the
realize
beginning.
that.
As Kawhi
That was
rehabbed his
probably
ankle during the
calculated.
offseason, a mysterious quad
dirty
injury
player
came
on
out of
the low,
nowhere,
man.
sidelining him for most of the following season, and it was all downhill from there. Leonard chose to rehab with his own team instead of San Antonio's. Reports then surfaced that there was a rift between Kawhi and the franchise. The Spurs pleaded for him to return to the lineup, but to no avail. Tony Parker threw shots at him in the media, and that was the breaking point. During the offseason, Kawhi demanded a trade, preferably to the Lakers, but San Antonio didn't budge. Kawhi was sent across the continent, up north, to the Toronto Raptors, a team he had no desire to play for, but with 1 year left on his contract and no leverage, he was stuck there. So yeah, that's how Kawhi got into a Raptors jersey, a sight I thought I'd never see in my
Because he
entire
got
life.
injured.
The Kawhi era in Toronto is about to begin. It took virtually no time for Kawhi to make an impact on his new team, with a 24-point double-double on opening night, followed by 31 and 10 against Boston just 2 nights later. The dude was
Hold on 1 second. Gotta make sure the diagnostics are good. Sean, move this camera like down here. Make my camera smaller. Move it like down here or something. Oops. My fault. My bad. Move the camera down here or something. You think that's a good setup, y'all? Let me know.
motivated. He was going to be a problem when he was playing. See, Kawhi would sit out the very next game to manage that quad injury, also known as load management. And this was the beginning of it all. The plan was for Leonard to sit out back-to-backs throughout the
Hold on. Kawhi Lenard was different. He was a different guy, bro. He was a different guy. Sorry, y'all. Diagnostics. Technical difficulties, easies. E's and the E's and the B's and the birds and the bees. That good? Make my drawing a little smaller. Here you go.
The season to make sure he was healthy in time for the playoffs. And the Raptors were cool with it. Plus, the extra rest proved beneficial because in just his 4th game with his new team, he showed Toronto what it's like to have a true superstar.
Here's Leonard. The move. Wiggins' clock is down. Power cat. Now back over to Leonard for 3.
Defense too. Both best of both worlds.
Oh my goodness, what a
Look at that.
play.
Pure instinct.
Dives to the hoop.
Bang.
Leonard, how about
Hey.
Leonard now making a move.
Hey.
Good. He's got 33.
35 points, 10 of them in the 4th, clutch buckets late, and a no-look steal? I don't know what else to call it. I've never seen that before.
That's pure
Just a
instinct.
few games later, he'd go off for 25 and 11 against the Kings to put the Raptors' record at 12 and 1 to start the season. It was about as perfect a start as you can imagine. Kawhi was fitting into this team like a glove, and they were put to the test right away.
Crazy.
On November 29th, we'd get a sneak peek at a potential finals matchup. Warriors versus Raptors in Kawhi's first game against Golden State since the injury. And the dude sent a message. He exploded for 37 in a 3-point overtime win against the two-time defending champs. And the Claw's monster revenge game really got him
Definitely
going.
his year.
In his next game against the Cavs, he erupted for 34 and 9, then 36 points, 9 boards, and 5 steals in a win against the Sixers, capped off by 32 against Brooklyn, including a patented left-handed poster all over Jarrett Allen. The Claw was rolling, and as soon as the calendar flipped to 2019, something clicked inside of Kawhi. He was ready to go to work, and it started right away on January 1st.
Man. He cooked my goal.
Kawhi drives
Oh,
by.
LeBron. Wait, no, that wasn't. Wait, that wasn't LeBron. I'm tweaking. Oh, I'm tweaking. Oh, I'm tweaking. Oh my gosh, I'm tweaking. Oh my gosh, I'm tweaking. I am tweaking. My fault.
Kawhi
Just woke up.
drives by.
Take those layups.
Kawhi.
Hey, lay.
Speed and quickness, but you never rush. Yeah. So tough shot.
Quick move. Driving on angles. Kawhi Leonard. Crowder has it to Kawhi. 30.
He was in flow state, man.
What a shot.
Kawhi put on a clinic against Utah, erupting for 45 points, with 30 of them in the second half to mark the highest scoring performance of his career. But that excitement was short-lived.
The return.
Just 2 nights after his career performance, Kawhi was making his return to San Antonio for the first time since his trade demand, and the response he got from the crowd was expected.
6'7" forward from San Diego State, number 2, Kawahi Lenard.
Trying to pick up. No wonder.
How?
They booed him, called him a traitor, and then chased him out of the building with an 18-point win. It was a nightmare. So what was Kawhi's response to
Wait,
this?
how did he trade
Well,
her?
he went on an absolute heater. Over his next 7 games, the Claw torched the league, averaging 31 points, 7 boards, 4 dimes, and 3 steals on
Straight buckets,
ridiculous
straight
efficiency.
buckets, yo.
I'm telling you, dude, this guy was a robot.
bucket.
Kawhi would hit you with a nasty fadeaway to tie the game with 7 seconds left and not even crack a smile. He'll put you on skates, hit you with a disgusting fake, score, and then stare into the abyss. He'll come down the court at full speed, put some dude in a body bag, and evoke no emotion whatsoever. The Claw was a cold-blooded killer. I mean, even on a game winner, the most he'll get out of him is a fist pump.
Pink shot.
In a game where he dropped 30 points, 8 assists, and a game-winning bank shot, all we got was a goddamn fist pump. What is it gonna take for this fun guy to show some emotion? Maybe a more exciting game winner? Let's see.
And Leonard gets the round attempt. And Kawhi ends the drive.
Gosh.
Wilson, there he goes right by
He
the
was
line.
just hooping.
Whistle and Kawhi gets switched on to him. Kawhi for the win. Oh, what a roll! That's the ball game. Raptors win it. Kawahi Leonard.
That's a tough bucket. Oh, man.
All it took was 38 points and a game winner that danced on the rim before
38
dropping
points?
for Kawhi to show any sign of emotion.
on rookie
An
mode.
insane bounce that you rarely see on a baseline shot, let alone a game winner. Thanks to Kawhi, the Raptors secured their 46th win of the season, and they were on cruise control for the rest of the year, finishing the season with a 9-point win over Minnesota to secure the 2nd seed in the East. Toronto was primed for a deep playoff run, and I'd like to remind you that the regular season was just a warm-up for Kawhi. All that load management was for this moment. The Claw was about to take over.
It was like he was playing 82 practice games or
In round one,
workout
Kawhi and the
scrimmages.
Raptors would face the lowly 7-seed Orlando Magic, and they made quick work of them. After a
Orlando
stunning loss
Magic
in
in the
game one,
playoffs?
Toronto answered with 4
Whoa.
straight wins to move on to round 2 and face
Was
an
I- was I-
absolutely loaded
what?
76ers squad. And the Claw made his imprint on the series immediately.
Philly 31 to 20. 7-0 first by Philly.
Oh!
Leonard looking to weave his way.
Oh! No! No! No!
In 6. Leonard turns. Leonard head and shoulder fake hangs.
Down!
Gets the bounce.
Down!
45 for Kawhi Leonard.
45! What the heck?
Kawhi was
45?
unstoppable with his 3-level scoring on full display, pouring in 45 points and 11
Oh my
rebounds
gosh,
on
a double-double.
absurd efficiency. You want to make a statement in the first game of a series? This is how you do it, except it had nearly no effect on the Sixers. Philly pulled out a huge 5-point win in Game 2 to tie the series at 1, and back home they caught fire to beat the brakes off the Raps by 21
Bam.
and go up 2-1.
Just
In the past,
impressive.
this is where the Raptors would falter, lose confidence, and allow their opponent to take control of the series. But this year, they have a weapon in their back pocket,
Kawhi
and he
Leonard.
showed out. The Claw was a beast in Game 4, torching Philly for 39,
Oh my
14, and
gosh.
5. The dude was unguardable. However, they're only up 1 with about a minute to go. But like I said, they have a weapon.
Beat switches. Fires a long one. Nothing but net. Kawhi not.
Kawhi drills a colossal 3 over Joel Embiid to push their lead to 4, and that would do it. The series is tied at 2, headed back to the north. Toronto and Philly would go on to split games 5 and 6 at home, forcing a do-or-die Game 7 in the 6. It all came down to one game, and this is the exact reason why the Raptors traded for Kawhi. They desperately needed a superstar to come up clutch in big games with everything on the line. And the Claw not only came up clutch, but he completely took over.
Defends on the perimeter. Offensive rebound. Leonard with a three. The defense of Simmons right there and takes it up down.
inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons.
No, I can't relive this. No. No, he gave us the bell. No.
I swear this was straight out of a movie. A shot that bounced on the rim for what felt like an eternity dropped through to win the series for Toronto, making it the only game-winning Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA history. When Kawhi is showing emotion, you know something crazy just happened. On top of the fact that he poured in 41 points with 15 of those in the fourth quarter, he was the definition of clutch. Kawhi delivered, and they're off to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the first-seeded Bucks and the MVP.
I know he's still in though.
Milwaukee was a serious problem. Leonard scored 31 in each games 1 and 2, yet the Raptors found themselves down 0-2 in the series. Adjustments had to be made, and the Claw was all over it. After their loss in Game 2, Nick Nurse came into the locker room and said, "We're making adjustments," to which Kawhi spoke up and said, "The adjustment is, I'm guarding Giannis," and walked out. That moment, that short quote and display of confidence completely altered the trajectory of this series. Back at home in Game 3, Kawhi lived up to his promise, holding Giannis to just 12 points on 5 of 16
Power
shooting,
level for
as
power
he went
level,
crazy
man.
for 36, 9, and 5 to get his team back in the series. And in Game 4, Toronto pulled out an 18-point win to tie the series at 2, headed back to Milwaukee, where Kawhi put on a show. He killed the Bucks on their home court in Game 5 with 35, 7, and 9, including a 15-point fourth quarter to put his team just one win away from the finals. And by this point, there was no doubt that the best player in the world would get it done.
Leonard trying to go to his left, pulls it back. Leonard working hard to locate shots.
Tough.
Giannis about 2 or 3 from downtown.
That's
Leonard
tough.
again. Back and lost it.
That's tough. That's tough.
Seasons in the making.
Number 2.
The Toronto Raptors are headed
He's the
to
number
their
1
first
player.
NBA Finals.
27, 17, and 7 in Game 6, including a facial all over Giannis as the exclamation mark to get the
Whoa, why did you have to write that in your commentary script?
Raptors to the NBA. All over Giannis as 13 and
Facial.
7 in Game 6, including a facial all
Facial.
over Giannis as the exclamation
Loki
mark
was.
to get the Raptors to the NBA Finals, where he'll get an opportunity at revenge.
Leonard goes down again.
This was a full circle moment for Kawhi, facing the Warriors in the postseason for the first time since Zaza Pachulia slid under his foot and set into motion the series of events that landed him in Toronto. And with Golden State on the cusp of a three-peat, Kawhi can get the ultimate revenge. In Game 1 though, he was relatively quiet with just 23 points, but Toronto rallied to win by 9 and take the lead in the series. However, in Game 2, the Claw was locked in. With a chance to go up 2-0, he dropped 34 points and 14 rebounds. But with a clutch dagger late from Iguodala, Golden State came away with the win to tie the series at 1, headed back to the Bay. After the Game 2 loss, Nick spoke to the team, announcing that the goal was to split their next 2 games on the road. Kawhi did not agree. He got up and said, "F that, let's get them both." And well, the man lived up to his word.
Leonard gets away from Ben. Oh, throws it down with a foul. Leonard for 3. Knocks it down. Leonard, no hesitation. Line drive is another big road win for Toronto.
2-1 lead.
4. Only 4 for Toronto. His team down by 11.
single-handedly beat the Warriors himself.
Van Fleet, Leonard jumper, got it! Here in this hostile arena. Leonard, open three, knocks it down. Leonard, pull-up jumper, puts it in. Kawhi Leonard dominating right now.
3-1 lead.
The Claw was a force in Game 3 with 37-7 and then said fuck it in Game 4, dropping a bomb with 36 points, 12 boards, 2 dimes, and 4 steals to lead his squad to a commanding 3-1 series lead. Kawhi stayed true to his word, and they'll have a chance to win the championship at home. Game 5 was an absolute war the whole way through, as Toronto found themselves down 2 with just over 5 minutes left. The title was hanging in the balance, and the Claw smelled blood. Kawhi exploded for 10 points in just 2 minutes to put the Raptors up by 6. The crowd was going crazy. They were just moments away from being crowned champions, until they got smacked in the face. In the blink of an eye, the Splash Bros scored 9 straight points to put Golden State back on top, and they never looked back. Everyone was stunned and were headed back to the Bay for a Game 6.
You just got a punch, like you just got a punch on, like they're not exercising their powers for real. Like, bro, if I had to guard Curry or Klay Thompson, it ain't this. Look, it ain't this. It's like you ain't scoring no threes on me. No, you getting a face full of fists. Face full of knuckles, bro. And that's for real. Like, you ain't shooting no threes on me. Y'all the Splash Bros. Y'all gonna be some dead bros if I'm guarding you. I'm telling you that. I can't.
Kawhi thankfully had another shot to capture the title and cap off this historical season. But just like Game 5, Game 6 came down to the final moments. With less than 10 seconds left, the Warriors have possession with a chance to take the lead and force a Game 7. But with a miss, Kawhi gets the job done. Curry comes off a pick, gets a good look from deep, but can't get it to go. Off the rebound, Draymond Green gets possession, calls for a timeout that they don't have, and Kawhi Leonard is sent to the line to put the finishing touches on one of the greatest playoff runs in league history. 2019 Kawhi was unexpected. It was a legacy-defining season that truly can't be compared to anything we've ever seen. Everything happened so quickly, and yet it was a moment that was years in the making.
Leonard fires from the corner. Leonard goes
Slow
down
clap.
again.
Kawhi Leonard out officially for the Spurs season opener on Wednesday. The Spurs are shutting down Kawhi Leonard indefinitely.
Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio, is what I'm hearing.
It happened. The Raptors agree to attain Kawhi Leonard.
For the win. Oh! Is this the dagger? Giannis behind him, just let it be. Here to cheer on. Leonard makes it official. Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
Your 2019 Bill Russell Finals MVP is Kawhi Leonard.
First of all, post 2K, great video, man. Great video. Kawhi Leonard was that guy. He was not human, bro. He was a bucket machine. He embodied the spirit of basketball. He embodied basketball. He was basketball in 2019, man. It's crazy. Well, okay, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Like, subscribe. Thank you. Comment if y'all want to. Peace.